from my backyard. This angle right here is looking north and east. Now this is an FAA World VFR sectional map. It tells pilots where they can go, altitudes of things. Now I put my house somewhere down about right here, but looking north and east, and these colors and the kind of lines that are made representing the different classes of airspace that pilots can fly through. And what's really important is this R restricted area with these blue and red dotted lines. Those also refer to, but right here, down here, where it says caution, unmanned aircraft system operations conduct in this area below 14,000 mean sea level. See and avoid responsibilities being approved to ground observers and chase aircraft. Contact Joshua Control, blah, 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 for activity, information, and advisory service. But right here, the blue lines is restricted area. You may be allowed in if there's no operations, but the red lines mean hell no. No matter if there is operations or there's not operations, nobody's flying through there. Only military, if that. Now, these are the routes the pilots can fly and only can fly, especially around restricted area airspace. There ain't no vectors coming out of the northeast, north or east. So there shouldn't be any planes or anything coming out of that area. All right, here's a little radar view, and then bam, you can see the vectors. They go around Edwards, China Lake, and all the way to Area 51, S4, and so on. There you go. So like always wave to them, give them a signal, tell them to come on down, or at least park over here, show us what you're driving. But as always, they never do. Yeah, I just wish I had better night capturing skills and equipment. But it's clear the light at night is a light on the craft, as you can see, because the light and the craft disappear when it disappears. Here the past 5 minutes sped up 1,000 times faster, so you can see real quick across the sky the display of everything that had just happened. And also the direction they're all coming out of. That's all that restricted airspace. Everything that shows up is in that restricted airspace. But you can see that there's never just one, but one will appear that one is lighting up. But you can see when one lights up, faintly, other ones across the sky seem to light up. I know I could be wrong, but I've noticed that. Now that very same morning, the camera caught this guy, which clearly I would give it an airplane. It looks like it has wings, two of them at least, a back fuselage, tail, kind of something, and it flashes that little light right up there by the 9. I would say more of a reflection from the sun coming up on that side anyway, but still a bird or an animal wouldn't reflect light and shine like that in any form unless it was carrying metal. But so it's not a bird. It's going too high and too fast, though it looks like it's shimmering through the atmosphere. I don't know, but it's doing something. But what was the trip was when I went to go see if that was on the infrared filter, because this is daytime visible light. That was there, but what that was doing was following, chasing, or cruising next to this. Now here it is side by side. On the left, it's the camera with an infrared filter just on top of the lens, glued in there for the daytime. On the right is same kind of camera with the normal spectrum light. And you see on the left, and though the cameras aren't completely lined up, they're looking in the same vector of sky. You can see the same tree, but you'll see this guy come zooming in, and then that guy following him. I understand why the guy on the right ain't on the infrared camera on the left because of the angle, but on the visible spectrum, that first guy should have been on that camera, and he's not. He's only visible in the infrared. So that's why I got to line up the cameras better to try to eliminate any confusion. And the whole point of this commentary or anything is to eliminate everything that we know that we're not looking at. Because I don't know what we're looking at. We don't know what we're looking at. When we say we don't know what we're looking at. But the stuff we know we're looking at, we know what we're looking at because we have it recorded, documented. We see it with our own eyes. Yada, yada, yada. But whatever those things are, either one of those, even the one that looks like ours, whatever those things are doing, they're doing them very fast. And I'll show you. But they're doing something. They're more busier during the day, it seems like, than they are at night. It seems they'll play at night. But that's just my opinion. See, now if we notice this nice commercial jetliner or cargo liner, either way, this guy's going about 500 knots, give or take. Look how slow this thing is going. That's about 500 knots at about 32,000 feet, give or take, compared to these two zipping on by. But that's about all I can watch of airplanes crossing the sky. It's like trying to watch two flies or watching the paint dry. So, man, I'm over that. So that's where that one ends. And I'm sure by now your brain has at least done the math virtually in your head of how fast those other two things are going compared to that thing. Here's the daytime clip one more time in its entirety. But then I noticed right here, I'll play it back and forth real quick, and you can see that he's turning to the left, which is all restricted airspace, but so it's not commercial or cargo or anything. But that big hook turn they're making, I've seen them do that before at night and in the day. I mean, because they're moving so fast that it just hooks across the whole view of your sky, which isn't nothing, but when they're covering that whole space across the whole sky in such a short amount of time, they're going pretty quick, and with no sound or sound barrier being broken. But that's all I got for this time. Let me know what y'all think. And give us a like. Alright, thanks. And a lot more footage to come.